There's nothing better than seeing your company branding rolling out on a fleet of service vehicles. Getting vehicle wraps to look just right requires a keen design eye to ensure that they truly stand out. So let's look at 4 best practices that'll help you create designs that not only turn heads, but also hold up over time. Let's start with prioritizing simplicity. Here's an example of a company vehicle wrap that includes everything in the kitchen sink. It's got the logo, pictures of their work, contact information, badges, qualities of the company listed out. It's really too much for a person passing by to take in. Remember, these vehicles are going to be seen on the road, or maybe they're parked in the neighborhood, but people only have a few seconds to view these. So instead, what you want to do is really only communicate 1 or 2 things. So here's an example that does just that. We're first and foremost trying to communicate the brand look and feel. So the van is wrapped in the brand color, that's easily recognizable, and then the logo is just blown up really big on the side of the vehicle. Secondarily, it's always good to give a viewer a way to contact your company. So if your URL is simple, that could go somewhere on the vehicle, or if a phone number is the better way to contact you, or maybe even a QR code, but just one way for them to look. Also keep in mind, a lot of people will just Google your company name and find you that way too. So keep it simple. Next, we want to ensure that the vehicle wrap has high contrast. Here's an example of that vehicle with just a washed out look and feel. Maybe it was designed on the screen and never looked at in real life, and didn't realize that the white against the background brand color just doesn't really show up very well. Instead, you want to make sure that there's lots of contrast in the dark and light colors. You want the logo to just pop off. You can do this by turning it all black and white to see if it shows up well, or if it's all kind of muted. You can also play, if your brand has contrasting colors, you can use those to add in some contrast. But ultimately, you want it to be seen from a far distance so people can see the logo real sharp against the background. Third, we want to focus on a key message. The tendency oftentimes is to use the vehicle wrap to communicate everything, thinking that if we put all our hooks out there, we're going to have a better chance of catching a customer. But I think it works just the opposite. The more you have on your vehicle, like this example of the back of the vehicle wrap, it just becomes a blur. No one knows what to take in. Most people can only remember like 3-4 things at a time. And, in this example, we're showing everything. So I may not remember any of it after seeing it. Here's an example of something that really does focus on a key message. So we are showing the brand look and feel with the logo and the background color. But say for this example, they want to promote a certain strong message to book in December to get 25% off. That I think just having that on there, especially on the back of a vehicle, is clear and strong to get someone to look it up later. So really keep it simple and try to have a strong, clear message that they can take away. Lastly, and this is kind of fun, but to consider all the angles and all the surfaces of the vehicle. So for this roofing example, the vehicle, you can imagine, might be parked in a neighborhood as they do a job, and maybe the homeowner next door is going to be upstairs looking out the window, so they're going to see even the top of the vehicle. Now, this is just a made-up example here, but let's imagine that we have the top of the vehicle to put something on there. So we just designed a little Easter egg promotional. This is, "Hi neighbor, use code MyRoof to get $500 off," and here's the URL. So have fun with it, be playful, and utilize all the surfaces of the vehicle, the sides, the front, the back, the top, anywhere that you can to communicate your message well. For a hands-on guide filled with creative best practices, download a free copy of the Essential Guide to Effective Design and Branding, and discover design principles that will help you make smart visual choices and avoid common marketing pitfalls. Click the link below to get your free copy now.